I'm Aaron Parecki, and you may have noticed that for the last day and a half or so, I've been sitting back behind the booth over there, furiously working on the video gear and making all of the videos appear on YouTube on the same day, which has been pretty amazing, I think. Thank you. So I'm going to share a little bit about what it takes to make that happen. This is me coming here yesterday, or Sunday afternoon rather, carrying everything on my bike. It's about 120 pounds of gear, and it all fits on that cargo bike, which is tucked in front of the sound booth up there. I crammed it into the elevator, folds up nicely, and then, unpacked it all here. So I've got two cameras. There's a wide shot of the whole room, and then there's the close-up shot of the speaker. And there's a very long cable that connects from the podium all the way around the back of the room to get the slides from the presenter's laptop up here. And it only took like an hour and a half or so to set up, which is also a pretty good setup time. And then I'm ready to come back in the morning and start. So this is my view of the conference. And this is what I am mainly working with. And we'll go through a couple of these little pieces here. This is what I'm mostly looking at for most of the event. This is showing the camera angles and the slides from the presenter, and showing the live feed that I'm sending out on the live stream. And these are the buttons I use to control. So I have buttons for choosing which angle to show, choosing whether to show the slides. Also a little picture-in-picture, so I can put the person's video over the slides. And I'm basically watching the talks like everybody else is, and then except I'm actually choosing the camera angle live as well. So I watch for people moving on stage. Some people like to drift left and right, and then if I notice they're about to leave the frame, I switch to the wide angle view, and then I can readjust the camera and move it back to them. If they are holding still long enough, then I'll put the little picture-in-picture down in the corner so you can see their face as well as their slides. And I actually am feeding the projector myself. People are not plugging into the projector directly up here. And what that lets me do is it means that I can actually choose when to show their computer on the screen. And so when they plug in, you don't see this, their Slack and their email and their display settings while they're fiddling with it. So you see the conference logo, and then they're up here fiddling with their laptop, getting it to look right. And as soon as I see that it's ready, I switch to their laptop and show their title slide. It's a much better experience for everybody involved. So let's talk about recording. Always have 2 copies of everything, at least 2. That is the #1 rule. And so I have my primary recorder back there is recording to an SD card. I have a backup recording as well, going to another SD card. There's also the live stream, which is like a last resort. As soon as the talk is done, I will pop out the SD card, go over to the computer, download it. It's about like a 30 gig file or so, and then copy that to an external hard drive, and then delete the SD card to free it up for the next speaker. Because I'm basically rotating through 2 SD cards through the whole day. Then I take that file, drag it over into Premiere Pro, I find where they actually start talking and find the end, and then add the intro and the outro slides. Chop it up, hit export. It takes like 5 minutes or so to export, and then it's ready to upload to YouTube. Drag it over to YouTube, add the talk title and the description from the schedule, and hit publish, and it's ready to go. That part takes the longest because bandwidth is limited here, although it's pretty good connection we have here at this conference. But that's actually the slowest part of this whole process. The only reason I've been able to keep up with this much video from this event is because of the breaks built into the schedule. So pro tip for conference organizers, build in 10-minute breaks, because it really helps. So I'm also running the live stream. So the live stream will see things like this, which is the countdown to the next speaker between breaks, so they're not just looking at a room of people wandering around. Stats from the stream have been pretty good. This is yesterday. We peaked at about 60 people, and then there was the dip during the lunch break. So that's mostly how it works. I want to close with a couple of tips for speakers to make your videos turn out better as you are giving conference talks. Also make my life easier as I'm back there working on your talks. First, introduce yourself at the beginning of your talk. I know people like to make little comments or like say thanks to Eric for introducing us. But that's not a good way to start the video of your talk. So introduce yourself with your full name. Make your funny comment, whatever, pause, take a breath, and then say, "Hi, I'm Aaron Parecki." Stay in the light. Either the projector light or these lights. If you're getting blinded, you're in the right spot. But as soon as you go back here, all of a sudden, the video looks pretty bad. Don't look at the screen. So as soon as people are pointing at the screen, now you can't see my face, and neither can the camera. And people like to actually see you give the talk, not just see the back of your head give the talk. At the end of your talk, pause for applause. Again, take a breath. Pause, say thanks. Don't just go over here and yank out your laptop from the thing. Don't bend down to pick up your water bottle. That also gives the photographer another chance to take some more pictures of you. So that is it. I have a more in-depth version of the behind the scenes on my YouTube if you are interested in more of the gear side of things. So thanks a lot.